whoever created this craft and whoever did it for whatever purpose they did it for, thank you, first and foremost. Secondly, it has evolved into so many different things, which I can appreciate because it allowed me to experience this amazing experience that I've been able to have with this dance. But in my experience, it's been a dance in dance format. Now, has there been a period in my dancing that I've incorporated dynamics? Absolutely. Have I been in love with dynamics my whole life? I think they used to call me P-Man for like 3 weeks at Hot Wheels, Power Man, or you don't have footwork or up rock. But nigga, I got Flair 90 head spin, I'm gonna smoke you, right? So they wouldn't be able to say anything. So I can understand this Olympic perspective, this athletic perspective. But look, man, you can go for it if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want to entertain and be the Olympian and be the athlete and go for the sponsorships, bro. If a sponsor is cool with me being like, F this mofo and blah, I'll go with a sponsor too. Let's play with it. How about that? But this is a dance. I don't think that I think that the Olympics is gonna really kind of like separate. It's already separated the dance. I'm not telling you guys anything new.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like Red Bull,
BC1,
high caliber. Let me not just, I don't want to single out Red Bull. I take that back. Any of the high caliber contests have highlighted the athletics of power move.
And you said contest.
Absolutely.
You said it.
Absolutely.
Contest.
Yeah. And then we can go back to, a B-boy doesn't belong in a contest. So my whole take on it is keep it a dance, keep it dope, keep it fresh. Or, you know what? Maybe this might be good because what that's going to do is just keep those people that are interested in that whole side of things over there. And then it just opens up a space for a more organic cipher over here. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we need positive, negative. We need that duality. We need to keep that balance anyway. So get your bags up, dog. All y'all get your bag up. Get your money. Do what you got to do. But don't confuse yourself as a B-boy and don't try to battle a B-boy and think you beat him with your air flares because you didn't.
The show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Flash Talks, history worth listening to. This evening, we have a special guest, not only a special guest, but one of the living legends of Miami. Some people call him the Miami villain, but I like to call him Tails One, or AKA Rebirth, or like everyone knows him now as Miami villain. But this brother right here, he was down with one of the illest crews in Florida. I can actually say it's actually one of the best crews around. Some people debate some other crews, but for me, Ground Zero had it, man. Like they've been doing it for a long time. Tails One, Rebirth, he's been doing it for the longest. This guy's a battle cat. People know that there's no introduction. If you're a B-boy, you're a B-girl, and you're about hip-hop, and you're about crews, and you're about the real deal B-boy, and I'm talking about the raw essence of B-boy, you got to know who Tails One is, a.k.a. Rebirth. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands for Tails One, a.k.a. Rebirth. going on? Tails One, aka Rebirth, aka Miami Villain. What's going on, my brother?
What up? What up? What up? What's popping?
Chilling, man. Good to see that face, man. You already know. I've been seeing that face for a long time. And the good thing is, I never saw you face to face, me, Mungie, on some battle shit, because I've always been cool with you. Because you, back in the days, it was all about the attitude, and that's one of the things that you've always had, and till this day you have. And dude, I've been enjoying your content on Instagram. You got to keep it going, man. People are hyped. People are going back to practice. People are nervous. People are like, "What's going on? Who is he coming after?"
Ooh, you guys didn't even know. Oh my
God. And also I just saw that you're gonna be one of the judges at what's that spot?
That is actually Paul Flow's jam, Ritual Warfare, down in Texas, Dallas, Texas. I'm been honored to come out there and go ahead and you know, represent my judging skills, I guess, if that's what if you got skills for judging, right?
Wow, they picked up a really good judge because you do have the credentials as a battle cat. Because there's a lot of cats that are sitting down in judges' tables and seats, and I'm like, how the hell? Like me, I don't be judging because I do not have the qualifications like yourself. So I be watching and I'm like, how is that person judging? Like, how many one-on-ones has he won? How many crew battles has that person won? You deserve it, brother. So congratulations.
I appreciate you, man. I mean, yeah, like on that topic, like, listen, man, like business is business. People are going to do these kinds of weird things like that, put people in positions they don't really belong only because they're trying to execute something. And that's all right. Go ahead and do that. Move and shake that way. But don't get mad when people start downing that kind of situation. Because in truth, in fact, you know, if you're not qualified individual to be in that seat, why are you there? Period. And
they're doing it to themselves.
But also, let's talk about that too. When I say qualified individual, I'm not talking about an individual that, oh, if you tried him, he's going to battle you, and then now all of a sudden it's a battle thing. Because then at that point, it's like, why am I the judge? I might as well just battle, right?
Correct.
So it's like, listen, trying judges is fun. I mean, I think we've all done it at one point in our life. At this point, it's kind of like, it's kind of corny, but if it's done, don't get me twisted. You know what I'm saying? The styles are still there. Everything is super fresh. The vibe, the energy, like it's still going to happen the way that it should happen for you if you attempt to do that kind of thing, but don't, because it's tacky. It's tacky.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because I go to jams. I haven't been the last one that it's funny. I just went to Red Bull BC1 out here in Orlando qualifier. My brother was in town. My brother was in town and he's like, yo, I really want to go. I want to see some breakdance event. I've never really seen it. And Red Bull was in town. I'm like, damn, man, I don't really want to support the whole corporate type of thing because it's just, I don't come from the era. And it's all good that everyone is doing what they're doing, but it's just, I'm more about like that culture, that real essence of hip hop. Like, I don't like that watered down thing. And it's okay. If you choose your path and doing that, it's I'm not hating on you. I'm not dissing you, but myself personally, it just doesn't move me. It's not in my blood. Like it's like a track that you're listening to that you're like, oh shit. Or a track that you're like, it's just not moving me. It's just like that. So it's just opinions. You just said it right there, man. Some like judging and all that, don't do it. Plus, they do it to themselves. Sometimes they don't even expect they could be even called out. And I encourage people to call these judges out even more because
I mean, honestly, I don't mind in terms of like the extra battle. It's like you know, that to me is not it. My whole thing is like, yo, in the end, like end result, like let's think about end result. Like, okay, I battled the judge. Did you get anywhere? Did you get to the next? Did you get to the next stage? Did you pass? Did you get to the next stage? No, you didn't. You battled the judge after you lost. Now you walked away still the loser, and you battled the judge and probably lost from the judge too. So it's like what does it matter? What do you really walk away with by doing something like that? That's my whole take on
100%. But what if that judge is whack and he's sitting there because he's cool friends with the promoter, and it's a cliquey crowd that, oh, you cool, you know what, I'll do it for $100 instead of 400, blah blah blah. You sit there and I'm watching this cat, and you know, maybe he's voting right or maybe he's voting wrong, I don't know. But if I'm entering and I know I can smoke that judge, and he points the other direction, and in my heart I feel like, man, everyone pointed this way, and because of that judge that's whack, that doesn't even deserve to be there, if you call him out and you smoke him, you're exposing him. That's all you're doing. But if you get smoked, that's a different story. You lost in the battle, like you said, and you get smoked by the judge, damn, either retire or come back. I don't know what you're going to do.
So I heard this. I want to say it was Ken Swift that said something like this. He could have sent it to me directly, and one of the whatever countries we've been into, that a b-boy has no business in a competition.
Oh, okay. Unwrap that because that's a deep statement right there.
So right, and I had to kind of unpack that myself when I heard it. I was like, well, I'm trying to think of the concept, and it's like that whole difference between b-boy and breakdancer. You know what I mean? Where it's like how K-Mel was giving the explanation in terms of like,
yes,
you know,
yes,
a breakdancer is going to do some amazing shit, but a b-boy is going to be like super fresh and all that. So it's like, you know, b-boy is going to be super fresh, doing b-boy, doing dance, doing that style of craft, and his approach is going to be that in the battle. Whereas a breakdancer is going to come out and do some crazy shit up against him. So it's like, and he's going to lose. Why? Because the breakdancer is trained that one move over and over and over and over and over and over and over. They weren't dancing. They weren't thinking about being a performer in terms of dance. Their whole mind was like, I want to win this contest, and these are the things that I have to have good to win that contest, right? So it's like when they do that, I mean, it kind of puts them in a position where, you know, they become the breakdancer. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a b-boy putting himself in that position. If he loses, it's kind of his fault. That's what I gathered from that whole statement. Like, yo, bro, if you're a b-boy and you put yourself in that position and you lose, you put yourself in that position because you don't really belong there in the first place, bro.
100%. Now, not only that, they don't have signature moves that actually makes them stand out from everyone else. Like, for example, I'll talk about Ground Zero. Bull Rock looked completely different than Zoob. Zoob looked completely different than you. Beta looked completely different than Baby. Everyone had, it's like the X-Men, the superheroes, the Hulk, you got Wolverine. All of them got different like power moves and power things and all these little things. And some of them have their weaknesses, but they all look different. Or we could even talk about Star Wars. You got the Jedis, and then you got all the people that look alike, the Stormtroopers. All these Stormtroopers following the same thing. Let's say Lilu. Everyone is following Lilu, and they want to look like Lilu. Everyone. Stormtroopers. Nobody's looking at creating something new, something that, like, I could put you in silhouette, and I know it's Tails 1. I could be like, oh, that's Tails. How you know? Well, I just saw his signature move, that shoulder thing, pop, pop, pop. That's him. You know what I'm saying? I will know immediately if it's like Prism throwing down. I'm going to be like, yo, that's Prism. How you know? I could see his moves. So the same way Crumbs, the same way as Remind. And I'm mentioning the characters that had an original style. And so many back in the days. Like, dude, like, and now there are some, not that many, but maybe we can actually talk about it and figure out who is, because I'm not really in touch like that with like the new cats, but I do see a lot of repetitive moves that I've seen in the past that I'm like, yo, that's Juice Boogie's move.
Word. Oh, yeah. Oh, what? Listen, like my nephew, he sometimes pulls up some cats and he's like, yo, check this out. And as he's playing the video and I'm watching the guys move, I'm like, oh shit, oh bro, oh dope, oh damn, Juice Boogie, oh shit, oh that was Lego's move. Oh, that's like, I find myself doing that when I'm watching, and he's looking at me like I'm like, at first he's looking at me like, damn nigga, you a hater, though. But I'm not a hater. I'm just looking at these guys do moves that I seen the creators create that did them against me when it was important.
Yeah,
it was important, but like when it was created. So of course I'm going to say these things. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I was
you're
there.
saying truth. You are saying that, like, what the hell? Even in the political field now in life, you say the truth and you get canceled. Like, oh shit, he's speaking truth. Cancel this. Get him off of YouTube. Get him off of this. Like, we don't want to hear truth. We don't want to hear truth. They want to hear the lie. They want to hear the fantasy, and that's happening in the culture. You know, I see it all the time, and I'm like, why is it that if I speak truth, I'm called a hater immediately? Like, you just said it. You were talking to your is it your nephew? You said, yeah. Which, yo, let me tell you one thing, bro. I could see the style that comes from you. When I saw you battling Kid Glide and I forgot who else down in Miami recently, like a call-out battle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I was so happy to see that. It is so dope because I'm walking in while it's happening, and then I just see you standing, and it was like Back to the Future, like kind of like I already seen you battle in the past. And then I'm in 2023, I see you standing, and you're battling. I'm like, yo, is that Tails battling right now? And he's really battling. He ain't fucking around. He's like letting you know, like, what's up. And then the dopest part was when I saw your nephew, it looked like he came from your own dojo, meaning you could see the style. In fact, I saw some footage of him at Technical Knockout Techniques event that he did, and I was like, yo, I could see who is his teacher, and that's so dope. But what I always say is, at least he's not doing all your moves. He's not doing, he's doing your style, which is a completely different thing.
And on that topic, thank you for bringing that up, because that exactly the style. It's like, yo, I told him like this. I was like, look, bro, you do you to your best ability. If you get inspired, you get inspired. At the end of the day, though, I want you to know that you're doing you. And even if we have these comparisons where people might say, oh, look, you remind me of this guy. And that's something that I really always tell him, to remind him that, yo, you're individual. You have your own style. You're not me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when people tell you that you might look a little bit like me, or you got a little bit of inspiration from me, take that as props, because you have your own style. And for some reason, you can make your style glow the way that, you know what I'm saying, I guess you've
but that's just style. It's like if I go to China to freaking a Shaolin monk class for 3-4 years, and they're teaching the tiger claw style. I don't know. They're teaching that. And I come back to America and I'm hanging out and I start doing this form, and people are like, yo, you got the tiger claw style. But now if I create my own moves, nobody can hate on me because I went to the tiger claw style and I'm doing tiger claw style. Now it's the same way. It's a Tails One style. But the thing is, the difference is the moves, that signature move. Now, if I see you do that toe tap thing that you do, your whole getup of a round, even your own nephew, I'm gonna be like, yo, that's a bite, bro. Yo, but that's my uncle. I'm gonna be like, yo, that's my uncle. I said, it don't matter, bro, because that's your uncle. There's only one Rebirth. You know what I'm saying?
No, he don't bite at all. He's probably one of the most creative kids I know, in terms of wanting to, like, his practice is a different practice, because his practice is practicing on tapping the source for inspiration. Like, that's his practice, where everybody else's practice is to win a contest, a competition, a medal, some money, whatever. That's not what he's practicing for. He's practicing to tap in so that he can fucking unlock and bug and be able to share, you know, something that you guys don't see. Very few people out here unlocked.
Come on, a very few? You just said very few? Like, I'm talking about even less than very few. Like, less than very few, especially now. Now it's all about, like, the thing is, for example, like your shoulder move. I have to mention that because I've been seeing that shit for so long. You know how many times I see that now? And maybe that's why I don't watch freaking battles on YouTube or none of that shit. The only way is, like, if somebody's like, yo, you seen this battle? And people talking about it, I watch it, and I'm like, man, I just saw this guy buy like 5 moves from everyone. Like, this guy, it don't matter if he has the potential. It don't matter if the guy's super dope, because there are dope B-boys out there, but they're dope B-boys with your moves. with Johnny's move, with Billy's move. Like now their own creativity that comes from the heart, that like the struggle that like, yeah, think about it. Just and it's crazy because we went ahead of the show, but we can always bring it back. Yeah, because there's certain questions that I want to bring up to you because it's very important for the viewers and the listeners around the world to know your history, because in order for you to become Rebirth, the Miami villain, there has to be a beginning, right?
Absolutely.
It has to be like, so I want to know, how were you introduced into the hip hop culture? And I'm talking about before you even heard rap, before you saw graffiti, emceeing, like anything that had to do with hip hop culture. Like, let's go back to when Jacob was 10 years old, that there was no Tails One. Like, let's go back to that. First of all, where are you originally from? A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, so I was actually born in a spot called Waukesha, Wisconsin. It's like 30 minutes outside of Milwaukee. Once my parents split, I ended up living in Milwaukee for a hot minute, and then from Milwaukee, we moved down to Miami. Kind of like bounced around Chicago a little bit, but not nothing long enough for me to say that I was from Chicago at any point. So as a little kid, I was always bouncing around, messing around. And long story short, homie grabbed me and threw me in the back of a white Cadillac.
What
and
the
he was
fuck?
like, and I was like, yo, where we going? It was my cousin. It was my cousins. They grabbed me, they threw me back, we're going skating. I was like, skating? Like, what the hell is that? So, well, they kidnapped me and they took me to Hot Wheels.
What? That's the beginning? That's how it all started for you, bro? Like, so meaning the first time you saw anything breaking, they take you to Hot Wheels. And then what happened? Tell me the story, bro.
So they obviously get me the skates from the skate rental scenario. I'm about to skate. I don't really want to skate. I'm not even feeling that. But obviously I'm hearing music. I'm hearing like everybody's skating to music, but there's this middle place in the situation. I'm like, what is going on in the middle? I see people stop there. And then I was like, oh, they got skates on. Oh, they're all stopped there because they don't want to skate. So they're just stopping in the middle. But I didn't know that in the middle, there was one whole half of girls booty dancing in short shorts. And then on the whole other half,
Miami for sure.
Yeah. And then on the whole other half, there was some shit called breaking happening, bro.
So now what year were you, if you could remember, like what year was this?
N93, early 94.
Oh, okay. 93, 94. Now you were how old? You could, if you could remember.
I was about 10 turning 11-ish.
So you see a group of B-boys breaking, you don't even know what the hell they're doing.
Oh, I had no idea. No, I was like,
so can you remember who was there?
Of course. I mean, it's the way the whole thing started was just, I'm telling you, it was infinity, bro. So I get there and I had the skates on. I took the skates off. I didn't want to be on the skates. And then I'm chilling in front of like this half circle. And there wasn't that many people there. And this cat named Pee Wee was doing some move called the Henry. They were practicing the Henry. I think they were practicing the Henry, if I'm correct. And this guy comes up to me. He's like, hey, yo, what's up, shorty? Yo, you know how to break? I was like, what's breaking? And he was like, break. This is breaking. We break dance. He was like, you could do a backflip? What was I doing before I got kidnapped and taken into the car? I was practicing flips on a mattress.
Oh, shit.
Yo, it was so weird. I left that day weirded out because I did a backflip.
When they asked you, you're like, how does this know that I was training that shit?
Exactly that. I was like, all right.
And then you did it. You did that back tuck.
I did the backflip, and he was like, yo, you can come here to train or get my number, and I can teach you how to break. This is Troll.
Oh, so this is Troll. Shout out to Troll, Pee Wee, Street Masters.
So Troll was the first B-boy that I had ever spoken to about breaking. He was the first B-boy. Well, he was really the first B-boy that I spoke to about breaking, because the first B-boy I saw breaking was Pee Wee doing his move in the middle of the circle. So I guess Troll saw me looking at Pee Wee and saw that I was a shorty, like a little kid.
Oh, shit. I see what you're saying.
He wants to learn how to break. So that's what he asked me, the questions he asked me. I'm assuming. I don't know. I've never really asked him that question. But But that's long story short, bro. That's how that whole thing transpired. Then I knew that every Friday and Saturday you can go to Hot Wheels and that this breakdancing stuff would be there. And then sixth grade happens, and then Strive happens. You know what I'm saying? Strive was my best friend.
Oh shit,
So,
Strive, bro. Woo!
So then B-Boy Strive, we were both in middle school in sixth grade, and 2 weekends after I had already gone to Hot Wheels, I had spoken to him about Hot Wheels, and I said, yo, there's this thing called breakdancing. And his tall ass said, yeah, oh yeah, I used to do that back in the day. Mind you, he's 13. He was 13 years old. Like, he was 12 years older.
Oh,
he was a
shit.
kid. You know what I'm saying? So anyways,
back in the day was last summer.
yeah, I mean, he was a funny kid though. Anyways, and yes, he's like, yo, I used to do that back in the day. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. I was like, yo, I'm gonna start to practice this breakdancing, and they do it at Hot Wheels. So then it started me and him going to Hot Wheels. We would hang out together.
Now, did he do something when you went the first time to Hot Wheels?
Yeah. He had the little half helicopter windmill to fall on your stomach.
Okay, so he did something. He did something back then.
Hey, if that's what he did back in the day,
yo,
yeah, that's what it was. But what was back in the day? Like when he was like 4, 5? It's so funny. Anyway,
yeah. So you started training, like going to Hot Wheels. So meaning there's no ground zero for you. You haven't seen them yet or anything, right?
No. Wait, did I? No. I know I think Bebe was the first person I ever battled in my life.
Shit.
Yeah, the first person I ever
So now besides Stream Masters at Hot Wheels, because you got a lot of crews in Miami around that time. Early 90s. Early 90s.
Bebe, I don't think Bebe was ground zero yet. Bebe was dancing with a crew, a cat named Astro, bigger dude with dreads. And I don't know if it was ground zero crew then. It was another name at that time. And he didn't have that many moves either. Like he had like this one move where he used to put his legs all the way behind his neck and like go like it was a very small, flexible.
Yeah.
We were big kids, like really kids. And all I had was just a little helicopter. You know what I'm saying? Like the front little leg helicopter. That's all I had. You know, I didn't know anything. You know what I mean? So you can't consider that a battle, but we kind of battled. And it was funny because I remember him.
Yeah, it's a challenging. It's a challenge. Like you do something, I do something, and your ego, your rep is on the line. Whoever's there watching, even if it's one move,
I have no idea.
But Tails, get used to looking at the camera. I know that shit is hard.
Yeah, I'm kind of like
you keep looking up. When you're talking, you keep looking.
Guys that are watching this, I have a huge TV that's up here, and Flash is like up there. So I'm kind of like trying to talk to him, but look at my camera and say that. Right.
True. So carry on. So now, besides Stream Masters that you saw Pee Wee and Troll, did you meet the other cats from Stream Masters there?
Over time, everything was over time, bro. Like I knew that Troll was Troll, and I knew that Pee Wee was Pee Wee, and that's all I knew. And then it was me and Strive, and then we started learning about Teal and at the time his name is View from Fame City, but at the time he was calling himself Jur. So it was Teal, Steel, and Jur. They were in the Hammocks middle school with us. Then
wow! Shout out to Kendall, the Hammocks.
Yo, B, you don't even know. like this is the thing. Like everybody in Miami in the hottest breaking era, besides Troll and Pee Wee, which those were Hialeah cats, came from Hammocks Middle School.
Wow.
Or went to Hammocks Middle School in the peak season between 6th and 8th grade, which I don't remember the exact years, but what I can tell you is this. You had Jur, Teal, Mickey, Kenny Garcia, Tito, Strive, Edgar Ibarra, fucking little Monito with the dreads, bro. I can't remember his name right now. You had Tip Over, which is a cat had nasty headspin. Yo, it's like you have so many B-boys coming up in that time, in that era, and they all came from different schools, but the nastiest ones were in hammocks, bro. And so to answer your question, how we met the other bigger guys was through Teal and Jur, because Teal was like older than us. He was a little bit more advanced than all of us as kids. He had power first, but he was chilling a lot with Troll back then and with those guys. So those guys like Troll were connected with cats like Baser, and Baser was connecting them with Speed. Well, Speedy, I don't know if Speedy connected with Baser. I don't know who connected them with that whole circle, but that whole circle had VHSs, bro. Mikey Ice would pass with Baser across the United States of America. They were shooting tapes from one to another. Why am I saying this? Because Teal, the guys that we had access to, Teal and Jur, were watching VHS tapes that we had no idea
from existed. The West Coast, right?
We didn't even know breaking existed outside of Miami. We knew that there were. We knew that there were. This is mine. We're kids. We're kids. We knew that there were B-boys that were like New York City famous and all that kind of stuff. But like in our little world, like it was just Miami to us. While these guys were already watching guys from out of Miami.
Now, were you searching for movies like Beat Street, Breaking, Wasta?
Me personally, I was not searching for shit. I kept bumping into shit. And when I bumped into it, I asked questions about it. I kept bumping into, I got bumped into power moves. I was at a place one day, I seen something happen. I was like, what is that? Oh, it's a power move. Well, what's a power move? Oh, it's the dynamic. Well, what is the dynamic? It was you spin and you twist. And I was like, what kinds are there? You know, oh, well,
oh, shit.
You know, so it was like asking these questions. I didn't know, you know, I didn't come from like super fam, hip hop fam that like were going to teach me hip hop. Like I bumped into hip hop and I bumped into hip hop in Miami.
So will you say it came to you?
I'll say that it was ordained destiny for me to be a part of the epoch that I was a part of. It was my duty to be there, to do whatever it was that I had to do, whether it's amazing to people or not, whether people think I did a lot, whether people don't think I did a lot, or whether people like my style or not. I just don't care. It was what I was prescribed here to do, and I did it. And I'm not done. I don't have to be. I played the adult for a little while, and hey, bro, I still got skill. I still have love to dance. And I still have a perspective. And you know what? I want to entertain that perspective, but that was off topic. Anyways.
But it's dope that you're saying that, because it's almost like out of sight, out of mind. Oh, I haven't seen him in so long. He quit breaking. They don't know you could probably still be training in your garage, in the studio somewhere, or you doing things on the low. Not everyone is down to post their things up on the net. I'm the type of person that I get forced to, you gotta put it up so that people, I'm like, yo, I don't really care about what people think, because I'm doing this shit for myself. And a lot of people like, they need the narcissism of like, yo, you gotta see me today. Oh shit, they're gonna think that I quit. In reality, who really cares? Like, people wake up thinking that Tails won every day, going to sleep, Tails won. Did he post? Oh shit. Like, now it'll be dope. It'll be dope if they did. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, like, you doing this shit for yourself. And you know how you can always tell when you could do it for yourself? Is like you said, you did a little adulting. But tell me if hip hop wasn't in there with you. Because when I met you as a realtor, you still had hip hop in you.
It's very interesting the way that things panned out in my life. So like to get realistic with the whole perspective is like, yo, bro, if I were to summarize everything, I would say that the creator gave me the most amazing opportunities to experience things that I don't think I could ever pay money for. That's the first thing. Second thing, took me to the pinnacle of where I could be, allowed me to experience it, and then also allowed me to experience a crazy fall from it. Meaning a fall from, like, you're in grace at one moment and you're no longer in the graces. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
experience. And in that
it's like Bitcoin.
That was funny.
That was a good one, right? Go all the way. We're like, yo, And then it's like, oh shit, what the fuck
It's
happened?
No, but, I mean, and it's in experiencing that kind of life and going through that ebb and flow, you know, like, or reverse that ebb and flow, however you want to
But
do
isn't that life? Isn't that what life is all about?
It is, but people get caught. I don't want to say people. I've gotten caught up. I would love to speak from the standpoint of responsibility in this entire conversation. So let me just make that clear, right? So when I say people, I'm referring to myself. Okay.
Yes.
I'm accepting that responsibility. So I forgot what I was talking about right now, but
and I can get you back.
You know that whatever I say, I'm accepting responsibility for it as if it were me talking about it for myself. What was the question? Sorry.
So basically, like when you were in that time frame of meeting street masters and you're learning all this, you as a b-boy, you were, like you say, you want to be responsible what you did. It's like you blowing up, tails one, and then not that you went down like Bitcoin, but it's like you just backed away from
I went down like Bitcoin, and so that's I guess where I was going with this whole thing. I guess you were just talking about.
Oh, remember, Bitcoin is still there. You know what I'm saying? It never left. It never died. So you're still here.
Yeah. It's like, look, so like, as men, we want to always achieve. We want to grow and we want to become bigger and better every day. At least I am like that, right?
Yeah.
I'm like that. I like to be that person. And, you know, we fall in love, we get hooked up. And sometimes in the mix of us doing the bigger and better things, we meet people and we do things and we get involved with people that maybe we should have never been involved with. And then things happen in that whole scenario. And in my life, bro, I'm going to be really honest with you. It was females that fucked up my life. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up my own height of breaking with females, right? I found myself in a situation, something happened, and my entire life changed. Right? And then I had to come back from that, and then I only to experience the same thing again at a second height of my craft, which at that point I had to ask myself, is breaking meant for me anymore at this point? Because it seems maybe my time has expired. But, you know, now look at all this time forward now. You know what I'm saying? Everything has changed. I'm getting invited to go places. There's something very, very awesome about to happen that nobody knows about, and I'm really excited to talk about it. But I'll just wait for them to drop the announcements.
Let me know. I'll throw in the breaking news right there. Breaking news.
That's hilarious.
Let me know.
just know this much, that I'm accepting battles.
Yes.
That's what I will say.
Fucking damn it, bro. Finally, bro. I can see some shit that I'm like, ooh, because, dude, the battles back then was so dope. Even if they were set up. But before it was all about talking shit. You remember that whole Who Can Roast the Most forum? You talking shit for weeks. Wait till I see you, bro. Wait till I see you. And then the shit happens. I want that back, bro. If you're going to bring that back, I'm so hyped. I can't wait to practice again, man.
Well, you know, it's funny that you say that, because that's going to have me touch on a topic that I really wanted to talk about for a quick second, which was just to remind people, like, you guys are competing. You guys are competing for the gold. You're competing for the medal, but you're not competing for the essence. You're not competing for the self. You're not competing for, you know, self-growth. You know, you're not competing to, you know, be the best for yourself. And, you know, when you dance like that, it's not the most amazing thing in the world to do, because you get burnout. You experience like life like an athlete, which could be fun, but sometimes it might not be that fun. And I don't know, at the end of the day, you know, you'll never have that b-boy, I guess, energy. You'll always be looked at as a breakdancer.
Like that spirit, right? That b-boy spirit, that fire, like once you're all in it.
Summarized, their target is the gold and the cash, instead of their target being essence and being dope and having that ferocity. Or how about this? Your target being another b-boy. I know Zeku's got a target. I know Zeku's target.
I just saw the brother with links. I just saw them, man, and those kids are killing it, bro. Like,
amazing.
you know, say what people say, people talk shit, whatever. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: right now, nobody could touch those kids. I'm saying that shit right now.
Listen,
in
man,
Florida right now, nobody's touching those kids. Like,
if you put in the work that those kids are putting in, but in the areas that they're putting them in. They're putting them into different areas right now. You can see Zeku starting to develop his style now, becoming comfortable with his body. It's not so athlete oriented. Now he's starting to open up a little bit on that. You got his homie Nels, which is obviously, I don't have to say anything about that kid. And then the little ninja, Lynx, the Ryu ninja kid. Like,
I call him Brandon Lee. He reminds me of Brandon Lee, bro.
Super raw, bro. Honestly, he's got, you know, he's got what it takes. He needs a little bit of things, but everybody needs a little bit of things. I need a little bit of things. So, I mean, yo, those kids are doing it. And my whole thing is like this, bro. It's like, no matter how much I can tell somebody you're a biter, no matter how much I can tell somebody you're whack or I don't like you, all it's going to take for that person to do is to tell me, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you're not doing shit? Then shut the fuck up, bro. Hey, shut the fuck up, bro.
That's it. That's right? It. Say
you know and it's like, am I gonna get caught like that? Am I gonna get caught like that because I'm gonna tell somebody something? But then what if they're like, what are you doing? Oh, well, just as a matter of fact, I was just over here doing this, or I was just over here doing that. I'm still involved in this. I just battled over there.
Or they could be like, yo, I'm training because I want to call this B-boy out that's been talking shit for 5 years and I want to smoke him at freestyle session. Or I'm going to enter the 40+ battle. Or I'm going to go to...
If these B-boys chose a person as a target instead of a jam, breaking will change.
Wait. Repeat that again for the people in the back to hear this shit. Say that again, brother. That was beautiful.
B-boys or B-girls or anybody that's a breaker chooses a person as a target instead of the jam as the target, each battle will be better. Because who was it that I talked to on a message? Lego. He's like, yo, you always brought out the best in me. You always brought out the best in me. How could I always bring out the best in you if I wasn't training to always be battling you or guys like you, right? And by me doing that, because you're the target, obviously, like, and that's another thing. I don't know how I don't understand how people are training today, because if people are, I always have somebody in my head, bro, and it's like I got all of you guys in my head. Trust me when I tell you, I got a style that's developed that I know or have an idea of you, of what you do, of how your body looks like, your body movements, what they could, like Lynx. I told Lynx, so you remind me of Migas. Study Migas. Why? Because he's got a lanky, long, bendy leg body.
Yeah.
Like, he could do these little, and what do you know? You'll find some inspiration and freezes from Lynx from who? From Migas. So,
like, don't do his move.
Don't do his
Get
move.
inspired by him.
I don't think he's doing his move. I just think I wanted him to be inspired by Migas because I saw a lanky body style that kid could possibly achieve and use to his benefit, right? Again, this is battling a target, a person.
Yes.
So like, yo, my G, if I'm gonna go battle somebody, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna look at that person and I'm gonna see how they move. I'm gonna see what they do. I'm gonna look at their mannerisms. How are they laughing? What did their up rock skip look like? How's their pants? What kind of shirt are they wearing that day? What are they doing? What are their mannerisms in the battle? And then I'm going to memorize it. And then when I go battle you, I'm going to pull out the best you because I know you. I studied you.
Oh, yeah.
I studied you, bro. I know you as my opponent. So that's why I'm going to be able to pull out. And this is for anybody. This is not just for Lego. This is for anybody in the world.
Yo, that's so dope. Now, who was it for you back then? Lego said that about you. Who were you looking at back then? If you can remember, I know there was a lot of cats you looked at, but who was that person that made you think that way, that you're like, yo,
I can't talk shit.
Yeah,
we got so Ground Zero crew always had that with that that whole like battling four thing
Mm-hmm.
with another crew, and that crew was called Havoc Coral.
Oh shit!
It
Yeah.
was always GZC and Havoc Coral in every global setting, somewhere on top, somewhere in the top ranks. And it was just a matter of time before it was going to be collide here, collide there, collide here, in all these countries and all these places, right? And we ended up having to know these opponents, know what they do, how they do it, when they're going to do it. Yo, if their homie's going to tip them off that they're about to go into a solo routine together, or like a solo with a routine, or a routine with double solo, like we knew, because we knew what they were going to do as a crew, because we studied them individually as a group, like individually, but also as a group. So like we had that as a crew for other crews. But for me in that crew was Lil Jon mainly. Lil Jon was always one of the cats that
it's crazy. I was just gonna ask you, who was that person that when y'all were squaring off and you were looking at that cat like, yo, yeah, you looking at me, I'm looking at you too. So it will be Lil Jon with you?
It was Lil Jon. It was Lil Jon would be the one that I would say pulled out the best in me. I don't know if I pulled out the best in him, but I definitely attempted to, for that much is true. And yeah, man, it's like Iron Monkey didn't really pull out the best in me, but what he did do was make me want to battle, make me want to beat him at his own game. And I peeped the weakness in him when we battled. Like for his battle, it was he developed, he had dope, really fast and really on point, perfect, precise, absolutely beautiful control moves. But he did them around the personality, an energy that was like a personality that was easily able to be cracked. So I found the pocket in his personality. And what was his personality? It's kind of like this, you know, pompous guy. I'm better than you. I'll smoke you. You're whack and shut up. And like, you know, doing all these things to people, and a very master of throwing the illusion.
Yeah, like, or big blow up, of like a big blow up, stop for a little bit, go like this, a big blow up again.
Well, I would say he would maybe do one small something in a round that was okay and somewhat significant, but then he would go to a random person and go bam and give them a cock in their face or something, and all the attention didn't go on his round. It went to the last person that he did.
I see what you're saying.
So
like this is one of the battles of you guys, right? That was 10 rounds, right? That one? And this is so classic, bro. Look at you, bro. Look at that freaking battle, bro. Like, and you're already bringing the dance. That's the thing that I've always appreciated about you. You come in with the dance.
I don't like this battle at all.
You don't?
No.
You think you didn't do pretty good?
I don't. There's periods in my career that I like, and this was one of those periods that was like, it was just
Well, let me tell you, a lot of
when I was like, go ahead, talk about that.
Like a lot of people were like about you, brother. Like the support you had when that shit was going down, you heard that shit all the way in New York. People were like, yo, Tails One is gonna smoke Iron Monkey. He's got better style, he got better footwork, he got Iron Monkey's only power moves. That's the shit I was hearing in New York, brother. And I lived out there when this was going down. So you already like, you know, maybe I'm being biased because I know you for a long time, but this shit was freaking official.
You're definitely being biased. You know what it is this is more ground zero tells. This is that's why I, and not in any negative context, but this is probably why I don't like it. Because this was more of a ground zero.
Yeah, but that's a chapter. That's a chapter. Oh, look. He's looking. He's talking shit to you. Oh, that's Prism?
and
boom. Air Ninja?
And there's nothing. See, that was dope. See, but why is it hype
he just did 2 moves. He just did 2 moves, bro.
But why is it hype right now? Because it's this is another thing that, okay, I'm glad that we're watching this because I'm going to explain something in a quick second. He could have climbed.
Yo, he just did 2 moves right now, bro. That's all I'm saying. It was dope. 2 dope moves. I ain't gonna front. Nice. That's your classic.
That's
Your classic Tails right there.
That's my shit.
Yeah, that is your shit.
He said something right here. He got circled up. Oh yeah, really? Wham! Take that.
Yeah, bro. Come on, man. You coming in with context, bro. Like,
nah, but
like,
nah, but this is still like real ground production. This is still real.
Yeah, look at your camp, bro. You got the camp behind you, bro. Let's see what you're gonna do. Come on. See, he keeps resetting. I just hate that shit.
Are we gonna watch 10 rounds of this? This is gonna suck. I don't
okay,
want.
We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. So when it comes to that battle, were you eyeing him before you knew you had to battle him? So you were checking him out for a while. You were like, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. Because straight up with that 2 rounds that I just saw, you had a lot of shit. You did footwork, threats, your own moves. You kept going, but then when he came out at the end, what did he do? A freeze, and then he stood up. A freeze.
Comfortably, I'll say I was trash, 100%. And then
you're your worst critic, bro.
He wasn't much better trash than me, so we'll call it even there, bro. No, there was a cipher, a pro-am. It was 90 something, maybe 99, 98, maybe, where Crumbs ended up battling, Kenny ended up battling, K-Mel ended up battling, Flo.
I think that's 99.
Yeah. So Iron
King Uprock battle Ken Swift too, right? Remember, K-Mel called out Kenny. King Uprock called out Kenny to Uprock. It was the big circle.
Yes. So Iron Monkey that night had been doing super nasty the whole night. And I was like, he's probably one of the best B-boys here from the West Coast. So I'm going to battle him in the Ultimate Circle. I seen him that day. I saw him that day. So I was like, oh, okay, that day at Pro-Am.
And this is before this setup battle. This is before
That's way before this setup battle. This is years before the setup battle. Yeah, so then I guess Bebe thought it was a good idea to set me up with him. I mean, I was whack, bro. I was like, in that time.
Yeah, but it didn't match. For some reason, when I saw that battle, I'm like, Iron Monkey versus Tails. Why doesn't it like? It just didn't feel.
I would have much rather have battled a power guy, like a ground power guy. Chino would have been a dope battle for me during then. Like,
or break screw Chino at that time.
Yeah, because he had power moves. No, wait, is it break screw? Yeah, break screw. He's with,
break screw. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's break screw. Yeah. Well, anyways. If it's the same Chino that I'm talking about, he had
Chino. He had kind of like dreads a little bit. Yeah, it's Chino power. He has a super whip.
Yeah, I would have liked to battle him.
But did he battle? Who he battled? He battled who can wrestle most.
Yeah, he battled somebody at that.
I forgot who he battled, but wasn't it Flips?
It could have been. I don't know.
I don't remember, but all I know that. It just didn't match you and Iron Monkey for some reason. I don't know why.
I would have preferred. You know what though? All in all, I think that was my worst. I think if I were to say anything about breaking, where I felt the best in my career was when I actually we went to LA to do the LA thing. We did Star Search. We got a manager, Travis Payne, Michael Jackson choreographer, whatever the case. We started doing gigs here and there. We had Polo from the manager of the Black Eyed Peas helping us out with some things here and there too. And like things were going good. And then over time, just like we were kids, bro. Like people wanted to go back home.
Yeah, that's the thing. People don't know. Yeah, we're kids.
Yo, we were
traveling the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, traveling the world. So it's a bunch of knuckleheads together that y'all don't even know. Y'all literally B-boys. Y'all not even men yet. Like,
yo, and we did it. We went there and we did those things as kids, bro, on our own. Greyhound.
Yeah, we're the first crew from the United States, I believe, that went like to the world. Like, you started traveling. Like, I don't know no other meaning at that era. I'm not talking about the 80s.
There's a story about that now. Let's talk about it.
Okay, but before we get to that, if you go back to like when you started learning, who were your mentors and teachers around that time? Who were the ones kind of guiding you, saying, yo, this is that, this is this, don't do this. You should, like, kind of like how you were a mentor to your nephew. Who was that person?
At the beginning, I would say that if it was somebody mentoring, I would say it was Teal Steel, 100%.
Shout out to Teal Steel.
Oh,
he's in the West Coast now, right?
Yeah. I give him light. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna give him that respect, because at the end of the day, without him, the power side of myself would not have transpired, right? And it's like me and Strive were best friends. Me and Strive were practicing, and there's a whole break in history because of Teal and him being my coach, and that goes like this. Me and Strive were best friends, you know what I'm saying? And we were doing our thing together almost as like an inseparable team everywhere we went. And Teal didn't like Strive. They had beef.
Shit.
It was going to either be a fighting shit, or like every time they were in the same place, it was just like a beef. It was like, yeah, but there was more beef, like real beef, like beat you up beef with breaking, like intertwined, like in the first 3 years of my breaking. So just imagine you're learning how to weave your way into breaking, and woven into that fabric comes fighting somebody, comes having a beef. You're at a jam, you're at a party, and they show up and you show up and you battle, and somebody kicks somebody in the battle, and now all of a sudden it's like they punch them, and then I was like, yo, like that's how we grew up. Anyway, so Teal and homie didn't like each other, so they split. And when they split, Strive started training with Flipside.
So that's the story. Because I never understood the whole Strive thing, because I know he was alone for a while, and until then I saw Flipside King and I met Lego and all of them. Then I saw Strive, and I'm like, yo, this cat is nasty too. And he's like kind of like one of them cats that a lot of people don't know about, but only the true B-boys know that he was nasty.
Right now, today, that guy will sizzle the shit with his old clips against a new clip. Will sizzle the shit out of 99% of the B-boys that are out there right now. With him just fucking around, playing around. That's a promise. That nigga had, man.
So now him joining Flipside King, do you think the fact that you Teal Steel was training you, do you think it gave him more of a motivation to be like, yo, now I'm gonna get nasty because you got Teal Steel teaching Tails and he's getting nasty. I'm gonna be on this side getting nasty too. Do you think that's how it went down? Because yo, you guys were going like this, brother. You guys were like, when I heard Tails one, I heard Teal Steel, I heard freaking yo, your name, everyone's name in Miami. Troll, of course, Pee Wee, everyone else.
Well, Strive was always nasty, but was getting way nastier when he was practicing with Flipside. Where the problem came in was that Flipside, well, yeah, this is I know that Flipside at one point had a beef back with Street Masters. Who started it is the question. I don't know. But I know that there was always a tension between Flipside and Street Masters, always a tension. So when Strive started training with Flipside, then I started training with Teal, and Teal would take me to the Street Master practices.
You know and Teal was Street Masters at that time.
Yeah, this like I could go.
Because I think I saw you as Flipside in B-Boy Summit. Didn't you go as B-Boy Summit and Flipside?
Yeah, there's a story about that too. So like,
now is that before or after? Because for a while I was like, is Tails Flipside or is he Street? But because everyone is from Miami, I always saw it as a big family. So I didn't really care. I was like, everybody's in Miami. That's the Miami style. So you were saying, back to what we're saying, you are at the time training with Teal Steel in Street Masters.
Okay, so
Flipside King is with Strive.
I'm training with Teal Steel and Street Masters. Strive is practicing with Flipside. There's always a tension there. But if we go before that, like the Street Masters and me and the Street Masters brush against each other was always from day one. I met Troll as the first people I ever met. Then after that, as a shorty, I got invited to the Karoga practices. I was doing the Karoga practices with Flea Rock, with Carlos Quiroga, Speedy Legs, I think Sam Bam, and there were I know Superman. Some other little jits would go there from they weren't what was their crew called? Shorty Rockers, but Shorty Rockers wasn't up yet. There was a crew before Shorty Rockers. But anyways, so during that whole time, I was training with Teal, and Teal would take me to the Street Master practice, and it was going to be known eventually that I was going to get down with Street Masters. And I never got down with Street Masters because I caught beef with Enzo. And Enzo Enzo was a Street Master cat that was doing he was in like, see, I have to talk about I have to talk about all of Miami history to talk about a little part of what I'm in.
Hey, say it, brother. It's nothing
just
wrong with that.
So
it happened. It's the history.
There got to a point in time in Miami where you had certain crews that got so big, like Flipside was a huge crew, and then Street Masters was a huge crew. And I don't know where these guys got the idea from, but breaking crews down into chapters. So you had Street Masters as the hub, then you have Flavor Masters, then you had Cypher Masters, then you had Down Low Masters.
What the fuck? I've never heard of none of this.
So these were all the subgroups. So Flavor Masters was Styles. He was the leader of that crew, Styles, right, from Street Masters.
Yeah.
And his crew was all about.
You're talking about Marlon, right? Marlon Styles? Marlon.
It was the Wu-Tang of B-boying, bro.
What?
It was the Wu-Tang of B-boying. Okay, watch this. So this is just coming in my head right now. So like you had the hub, the main hub, right? But from the hub, you had baby crews. And these crews did specific things. Like Flavor Masters was all about flavor and style. Cypher Masters had something to do with, a specific way Troll wanted that crew to be breaking. And all those people in that crew would do that one particular thing. You know what I'm saying? Down Low Masters was all the shorties. All of them. That was Pee Wee's crew. So you had Pee Wee, you had Enzo, you had Fraggle Rock, you had Down Low, you had Teal, you had Jur, 777, which his name was Lucky back in the day.
Yeah.
A lot of these cats were in Down Low, but Down Low was the coolest one to be in besides Trolls, which was Cypher Masters, because Down Low had the dopest colors, which is black and gold. So, and that's another thing. Your crew had colors, bro.
Yes.
You had crew colors, bro. You pull up, y'all don't even know about the battle of the supreme battle of Hot Wheels that happened. That was crazy.
What year was that, and who battled who?
Damn, what year was that? I'm the worst with history years.
I know, but what crew was it that battled?
I got you. So there, I'm losing track of everything that we're talking about, and we're just moving.
I'm keeping track, brother. I'm keeping track.
Okay. I'm losing it, but so major battle. You had Floor Fanatics, you had Street Masters, you had Sun City Breakers, you had Planet Rock, and then I want to say you had B-Boy All Stars. Maybe I could be wrong. I that's why I don't want to include them. But that's Flex 9, Beta, Zemex, Zeno, who was a part of their crew. I don't know if Elmo was ever a part of B-Boy All-Stars. But anyways, I'm thinking of B-Boy All-Stars because I remember I think Bebe was in that crew before his crew was Ground Zero. I could be wrong, bro. I could be fucking this all up, guys.
Hey, it's all good because it's kind of hard to think about 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just bad with it, brother, man. And so long story short, all these guys are there and everything is happening. And it's just like this tense shit. And, this is a time period where there's like heavy G shit, like gangster shit happening. People are getting hit with skates in the head at Hot Wheels. So it was real tense. And you had Sun City Breakers. I think it was Boogie Down Depths. Pee Wee went out into the circle. And this is after a couple people went out after each other. Heps was in Floor Fanatics, I think. At the time, he was wearing a plaid shirt with khaki shorts and Zoom waffles. Anyways, and he had dreads. Super dope. He went out a couple times. I went out a couple times. I think Fraggle went out once, and then Pee Wee went out. Why did Pee Wee go out? Pee Wee went out, and Debs tried to stop Pee Wee from doing something. And a cat named James from Planet Rock crew. I was in Planet Rock. This is like, I don't know if this was the first crew or not. This was one of the first crews that I was ever in. Planet Rock. James just flies from one side of the whole battle. Bam! And that was a wrap. He sticks Debs. Boogie Down gets hit. This cat moves that way. Everybody starts bum rushing into the middle of the circle. Last I heard, Bebe got punched in the eyes. I was like this big when he got out of there. It was crazy funny. Because he was small. He was a small kid, but his eye was mad big. I felt bad. I was like, damn, I wish I would have not had to see that. But it happened. And his eye was big. He was a kid. We were kids. He didn't deserve to get hit. But anyways, yo, that was the craziest battle. Just on energy and tension.
Yes.
There was other battles that went down that were way more official. I think there was a battle that went down in it was a flip side against Street Masters that went down a Hoodstock. Miami used to have a thing called Hoodstock. I never got to go because I was
Hoodstock. That's funny as hell.
Hoodstock was fucking dope. It was by DJ Raw out here in Miami. Shout out to DJ Raw. And yeah, man. I mean, what else? What else you guys want to know?
So from your crew, from the crews that you were down with, because I know
I can tell you all the crews.
Yeah, throw them down because it's okay. Because, like I said, it's a Miami hub. There's a bunch of crews. Sometimes you just shit happens with friends and y'all kids. Remember, you're not men.
So not to forget, I guess back to Enzo. Why I didn't get down with Street Masters at the time was because all these baby branches are happening. So even Flipside had a baby branch.
Wow.
Let me see if I can fuck the head up. You had Flipside Kings. And then you had, and it was the rawest name too. Oh man, Blue and Gold. Lenny. I remember Lenny because he was in hammocks. What was Flipside's? Flipside even had sub-chapter crews for like I guess newer members of the group. So yeah, man, that whole group thing was going down. A cruise for me, so that anybody wants to know, I don't give a fuck. I was a crew hopper like a motherfucker, but it was a kind of.
But when you say you're a crew hopper, you would just basically remember, like you're just finding your spot. It's kind of like if you join a company and you kind of don't feel that you're finding yourself, then you go somewhere. You're finding your spot. I don't think. See, it's easy to say crew hopper because it's just different names. But do you feel like you were a crew hopper when that was happening?
I mean, listen, I never felt like a crew hopper, and I always told myself this. I says, if I limit myself to learning from only these people, I'm never going to go further than them.
There you go.
So I always had to I was always looking for that father figure guy that was going to grab me up and take me in and kind of coach me and teach me to be the best. And Teal was the first one that I had. But then ever since then, and that whole beef with the Street Masters, then it was like, figure it out all over again. So I made my own crew ciphers, Beyond Imaginable, Demon Squad, which was another one. Shout out to Legacy and Gons, which Legacy and Gons, go figure. They're fucking real estate agents making multi-million-dollars a year.
Shit, they're killing it. They're killing it, bro.
Shout outs to them. Not that means anything. Why did I correlate that?
Hey, but it's all good. It's all good. It came to your mind. You know, it's a blessing to actually talk about your brothers that you grew up with, and they're doing amazing. And, you know, I bet it when you're doing amazing too, brother. You're still alive. You're doing your thing, brother. I know if you talk to Legacy's going to be like, yo, Tails is doing his thing. He ain't going to be like, yo, you know, I don't know what he's going to say, but are you guys cool?
Yeah. Listen, I don't have beef with anyone at this point in my life. What I do understand is there's differences between people, and it's not my duty to have to fit into the ways and the way that the world wants to move. So what that means is you can consider yourself the world and as individuals, right? and I don't have to move like you, and I'm not going to move like you. And I'm not talking about moving breaking. I'm talking about moving in life.
Yeah.
And it's like, so with that being said, I don't got beef. I got differences, and the differences are warranted. And it's okay for you to be different too. So
yeah, and we'll get to that because there is a good question later on, not personal, but in the sense of a good question that is going to make you think of other things. But I want to take you into another path. Basically, 2023, we're alive. I spoke to you. You said your accolades don't mean anything. I love that trophy thing you did on Instagram. You started showing all that shit. You're like, none of this shit matters. It's funny. Mike Tyson said that a few years back. He started putting all his shit, and he's like, none of this shit matters. None of this. This is something I did. What matters is what I'm doing right now. And when you wrote that and you put the video and all that, I was like, 100%. I believe that because you got heads that'll be like, yo, when I used to do this shit and I did this shit. And then I'm like, what are you doing now? so it goes to that. So now in the current state of hip hop culture, what is something you would like to change? And I want you to fucking say it, bro, because we need more voices like yourself, Prism, even myself. I get called a hater because I'm like, man, they're doing that shit whack. So then I have to do something. So then if I'm saying that shit is whack, I better be doing something dope. So what is something you would like to change right now?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question only because I want to gain a tighter. I want to make this tighter, this question, so I understand what I'm actually answering. Right. Is this in reference to dancing in movement, or is this in reference to like the culture as a whole, like hip hop?
The culture as a whole, in sense of where you came from, where you lived in the 90s, a golden era. Like, just look at the screen. Emcee, B-boy, B-girl, graffiti, DJ, community, the culture.
I'd be the worst one to answer that. I'm going to tell you why, guys, because I'd be a liar. I would be lying to myself first.
Yeah, but it's your opinion, brother. It's your life. It's what you see.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm about to say is truth, though. You know, in all honesty, it's
great.
Like,
that's what I want.
I've been out of hip hop for so long, maybe like the past. Even though I break and like I'll train on my own every once in a while and practice, like my mind has left hip hop. I'm coming backpedaling right now. So for you to ask me a question of what I would think would be good for a culture that my mind has been completely absent from for over 10 years would be unfair to those people like yourselves that are involved in it, creating, you know, flash talks. And you guys actually, and I don't want to say this way, because this is going to come off like if I'm a fucking dick. It's not that I don't care, because I would, just to make it simple, say I don't care. But I'm not going to say that. What I am going to say is just I'm not qualified to be able to answer that question at the moment.
And I appreciate that. Bro, let me tell you, out of all, I've done 40, this is, I think, 42 or 41. I forgot what it is, but out of all the podcasts, all the ones that I've done, every time I ask that question, everyone responds immediately. And they say how they feel because they're, like you said, involved. They're in the culture. They're going to jams. They're shaking hands, community, nonprofits, this and that. Like, they're in it, so they know more about what you're saying. So, bro, you were truthful. And I appreciate that, the answer. Bro, that is beautiful answer to be real with you, man. So now I can ask you, what's your opinion on breaking going to the Olympics? Because that's more of a general statement. You know, you came from the culture. Now this shit is in the Olympics next year. What's your thought on that?
It's everybody knows my real thoughts on that. And my real thoughts are, okay, so like, look, how am I going to say this? Okay. I'll just be very diplomatic.
Don't sugarcoat shit, Tails. I know you, brother.
I'm gonna be diplomatic, but it's still gonna hurt equally. If it hurts, if the shoe fits, wear it.
Hey, that's the way it is.
So like, breaking is a dance to me. How about this? Let me start from the beginning.
Go ahead.
Whoever created this craft and whoever did it for whatever purpose they did it for, thank you, first and foremost. Secondly, it has evolved into so many different things, which I can appreciate because it allowed me to experience this amazing experience that I've been able to have with this dance. But in my experience, it's been a dance in dance format. Now, has there been a period in my dancing that I've incorporated dynamics? Absolutely. Have I been in love with dynamics my whole life? I think they used to call me P-Man for like 3 weeks at Hot Wheels, Power Man, or you don't have footwork or uprock. But nigga, I got Flair 90 headspin, I'm gonna smoke you, right? So they wouldn't be able to say anything. So I can understand this Olympic perspective, this athletic perspective. But look, man, you can go for it if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want to entertain and be the Olympian and be the athlete and go for the sponsorships, bro. If a sponsor is cool with me being like, F this mofo and blah, I'll go with a sponsor too. Let's play with it. How about that? But this is a dance. I don't think that I think that the Olympics is gonna really kind of like separate. If it's already separated the dance. I'm not telling you guys anything new. It's
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like Red Bull,
BC1,
high caliber. Let me not just. I don't want to single out Red Bull. I take that back. Any of the high caliber contests have highlighted the athletics of power move.
And you said contest.
Absolutely.
You said it.
Absolutely.
Contest.
Yeah. And then we can go back to, a B-boy doesn't belong in a contest. So my whole take on it is keep it a dance, keep it dope, keep it fresh. Or, you know what? Maybe this might be good because what that's going to do is just keep those people that are interested in that whole side of things over there. And then it just opens up a space for a more organic cipher over here. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we need positive, negative. We need that duality. We need to keep that balance anyway. So get your bags up, dog. All y'all get your bag up. Get your money. Do what you got to do. But don't confuse yourself as a B-boy and don't try to battle a B-boy and think you beat him with your air flares because you didn't.
I like that. So now let me ask you a question. If you have someone, let's say from the Olympics, I don't even know who runs it, who's going to do it. That's how I'm not involved in that. I'm trying to keep myself in the culture, in the underground scene, like where you got some shorties that are interested in hip hop. That if they look at the Olympics, I go, wait. You can look there, but let me show you this first. Let me show you hip hop first. No, but I want to do the Olympics. No. Don't look at the air flares yet. Let's go here first. Let's go for some forward, some freezes. Let's go to the basics, and then you decide what you want to do later. I ain't stopping you. You want to go ahead and fly and do all that, you can. But if you want to stay in the underground, the feeling of catching the ghost in the cipher, of just that bro, you know what I'm talking about. I keep you here, and that's why I do the show, just to make sure I keep repeating the history of brothers like yourself that lived the hip-hop culture, went to the big stage, Battle of the Year, B-Boy Summit, Freestyle Session, Battling Heads, Ciphers, Beef, all this shit, like all this shit that you've done, bro. Like, these kids need to know this because they only think one thing exists, is only the Olympics. Like, I had Jigs on the show, and Jigs says something that I was like, holy shit, I never thought of that. He said that now the kids don't give a shit about the hip hop culture. And I was like, for real? He said, yeah, man, they just care about breaking and going to the Olympics. They don't care about learning how to DJ. They don't care about graphing. They don't care about MC. They don't care about none of that. They just want to get their moves and go to the Olympics. And I was like, damn, it broke my heart a little bit, but in a way, it motivated me. I said, you know what? Now we got to keep fucking mentioning this shit because when it goes to the Olympics and it flies, it goes up like Bitcoin. Let's go back to that shit. It goes all the way. Everybody's like, holy shit, the Olympics. And then it crashes. Then what? Oh, yeah, that's right. We still got hip hop culture here because we're like roaches. We never die. Yo, straight up, we stay here. We stay here. It happened in the 80s. Guys try to do the Olympic shit. They tried it in the early 90s with the X Games. They tried it. A lot of egos crashed with each other. It didn't work. But I bet if that shit would have worked, it would have probably lasted a few years and then would have gone right back to the underground scene. Now, moving forward from this conversation, because like you said, you know, the Olympics, it's a dance. Yo, you gave the best answer right there. It's a dance. If other people feel some type of way with you that they think that it's you're
if
probably
you feel some
saying
kind of way, if you really feel some kind of way about what I just said there, here's what we can do. And this would be a promise to anybody out there in the world ever. This is a promise to you. If you dare, you have to beat me at dancing in Uprock in an initial cipher, just my first round. You got to beat my Uprock. If you can beat me in my Uprock, and I'm not talking about rock dancing.
Yeah, you're not talking about
if you
top rocking like the first part of the breaking part.
If you could beat my style up there, then I'll shut the fuck up forever about Olympic anything. I will guarantee this with my life right now. There's not a b-boy on earth right now that I think will ever outstyle me in Uprock essence ever. Not ever. Not ever. There's
like right now, 2023. June,
right
June
now.
21st, 2023.
Oh, but listen, don't get me wrong. That's not me saying that everybody else that can do what I do is whack. No, I'm saying they're probably thinking the same thing. Like, ain't nobody that can smoke me in Uprock. You know what I'm saying? Because really, if you think about it, the only illest cats that I think, like, it's just entry level, like the entrance of the story, the introduction, like Flea, Legacy, Kamel, myself, Heps. Who's another one that is a ridiculous style?
Are you talking about back then or now?
I'm just talking, period. People that can do it still, like whether they did it then.
Yeah. Well, what if
I will guarantee you that
top rocking, ciphering? Yeah, of course they can still do it now.
Half these guys couldn't even touch these guys, even if they hadn't done it for 15 years and got up to do it today. They'd still smoke those guys because they're going to be doing a thing that can't be taught. They're going to be doing it, catching the ghost energy. You said, I caught that when you said that. I thought that was a great analogy. They're going to be too busy in ghost mode, which you can't train for. You can't practice that, guys. That's why I know you'll never beat me in my Uprock. Why? Because you're not even battling me, bro. You're battling some other thing that's like an amazing, beautiful source I'm tapped into. Nah, bro. No way. Yeah, so if you got any problem with my Olympic conversation, come try and smoke me at Uprock.
That is so well. Let's those people that are trying to go to the Olympics, they don't give a shit about dancing.
All right, well, look, bro. If you don't give a shit,
do you really think they care about catching the ghost, catching that shit, whatever you connect to, brother? And I'm gonna tell you, I've seen that shit for years. You do that, whatever you connect to. I don't know what source, what frequency you're going into. You go into the cipher, and you're not the only one that does it, because you mentioned other cats. I've seen other cats do that too, and I'm like, what the hell? And then this is the question: once you do that round and you go back to the cipher and you stand up, do you remember what you did?
Most of the time, no. Okay,
that's
so like
telling you right there. That's telling you right there.
Well, I can help people with this because this is something that I like to teach my nephew a lot. You got b-boys that are listening to boom, bap, boom, bap, right? But in that boom, bap, there could be like little tiki-tikis or little poop-poop-poops or little ding-ding-ding-dings or little something. Yeah. There could be or a bass line.
Yeah, in the back.
Like, bro, that bass line could be so groovy that I'm hitting ghost energies just on.
And people are watching you, and they're like, "Yo, he's off beat." And then people are like, "Yeah, but the thing is, you don't notice he's riding that bass right now."
I'm hitting bass, baby. That's the thing. It's just a
Or it could be the snare.
It's such a different approach. It's such a different approach. And the thing is, too, is like, it's like, yo, bro, when you know what it is when you can get yourself into an energy where you can captivate a crowd, you can absolutely grab their soul, hold it in your energy for quite a moment, and be able to manifest things because you know that you've captivated everybody. And when you're done and you're complete and you boom and wham and you look up like that, and it's like you could feel everybody's. You could feel that, bro. That repose, like they were with you at your max peak of what you did, and you could tell because people they're shocked for a minute, and then you get your standing ovations. You know what I'm saying? It's because you captivated people in a different way. If you're not seeking for that in dance breaking, what are you doing? That's what this is all about, bro. Not a gold.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, brother. Shit.
Oh no, man.
People don't like. I'm telling you, man. Like that's why I was so excited to do the show with you because I was like, he's gonna give me that energy that I just want to go and train after this and just dance. Fuck training. Just go to the living room and just top rock and fucking put some dope ass track and just be like, you know what I'm saying? So now moving on. Now, how long were you in Ground Zero for? Because do you think if the world talks about Tails One, aka Rebirth, aka Miami Villain, would they relate you to Ground Zero crew? Will they relate you to Flipside Kings? Or would they relate you to Street Masters?
I would hope they would relate me to all three, to be really honest with you, because all three played.
Well, only people that really, really know you, like myself, I will relate you to all of them. But somebody that doesn't know you, but seen you, meaning personally that doesn't know you, they've seen you in battles, they've seen you in things. Do you think they will have more of a memory of what crew?
I would say pick whatever crew you wanted to. I mean, it depends on the epoch, because it was Street Masters was a specific time. Ground Zero was an entirely different time. Very, 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 very funny. Should I go here? I'll go here. Should I go here?
Go wherever you want, brother.
Maybe I might not go here the way that I was going to go here. But what I will say is this. You have people that have a focus and a goal, and they want to achieve it in a specific way. And they get there, and they want to stay there when they achieve their goal. But what happens that everybody fails to notice is that time always moves. So everything changes. And it was a very funny period in life where there was a specific perspective on how we break, what we do, and how things are being done, right? And then that perspective started shifting, and b-boying started happening. And now everybody's wearing fedora caps. I mean, not fedora caps, perro shirts and pro kids. And now everybody's into footwork and styles. And like, what happened to that original perspective and those original people? Those people were also forced to learn to have to move into that category of dance. And they couldn't last, so they kind of fell off, right? And now, if I were to go deep into what I'm talking about, I would say that.
I'm with you, brother. I know exactly what you're saying.
Okay, so like, you know,
shit.
In one crew, I was with that energy, and I was almost forced that energy because, okay, just imagine this now, and I love Ground Zero. I love Burak with all my heart. I love Kalin and Bebe 100 and Beta and Prism. Right. But as a member in a crew that has 3 brothers, it's not easy. Okay. That's the first thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Secondly, if those 3 brothers are the nastiest niggas in the earth, it's kind of hard to, you know, to not have to agree with what they're saying. Hey, look, sometimes the greatness that you're seeing, you don't agree with it because it's so great and you wish it could be done a different way. It's just not. And they're doing it in your face and you have no choice but to falter and fall in line, bro. Be militant and understand what's happening, right? Maybe that energy that I had when I was rocking with those guys was always different for a reason because it was prepped for the shit. It was prepped for the next stage that happened with Ground Zero because Ground Zero had such amazing structure, militant style of movement, blow up oriented, battle orientation, 150%. But they didn't really care about breaking, like b-boying, like let me, I guess I gotta be careful what I'm saying because they're b-boys, but they didn't really care about rock dancing. They didn't really care about hitting the beats. They didn't really care about footwork styles and like dope little basic freezes with dynamic power as like just being an essential b-boy, like a b-boy that's got the dope moves, right? Their mindset was always like next level, bro. Sit in that one spot, bam, or air chair, air chair, air chair, air chair grab, air chair thread, air chair this, air chair that, freeze hollow, hollow back freeze this, Buddha freeze, this to freeze, that to freeze. I said, okay, all you guys are breaking in segments. I'm not used to breaking like that. I'm used to go, 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 go. Like, I don't like to really stop in my shit. I like to move. I've always been very sporadic. So when I had to dance with the Ground Zero style, I had the best experience of my life traveling the earth with that crew while having to adopt the Ground Zero style, but having to also fight for my own style. Because, you know, there were times in that crew where, you know, my style really wasn't cared for. And it was like a thing that was like whatever, you know? And it's like
that you think of because nothing against Baby Boo. I was watching.
This is like amongst the group, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
amongst the group. Okay.
So like within the group, you know, and it was like, okay, cool, no problem. And, you know, certain things started happening that I started noticing really quick. Like I was like, oh shit, you know what? Like I don't really know what's going on, but okay, give me a second. I don't really know what was I saying? There was shit going on in the crew that I was like, I know that my style is gonna move somewhere where it needs to go at the right time. And sure enough, movement started changing. People started looking at the crew differently. The opportunities started changing. The perspective started changing. Everything started moving. And now they were forced to have to do my style.
Yeah, because the scene started changing.
The scene changed to b-boying. And if you weren't b-boying, like, and it's not like you could practice being a b-boy. It's just more like b-boying became the it, and being the guy that threads your foot through a hair of dreadlock wasn't really a cool thing at that time anymore. Amazing shit, bro. Don't get me wrong. Super.
Because of the era that was happening was freaking bananas.
Like, listen, bro. There's something called a netter, right? A netter of the dance. It's like gods of the dance. And there are very few people that are able to achieve that. And it's like the essence that created us in some way, shape, or form planted Bebe, Boo, and Zoob for the breaking community. Those were netters, bro. Gods of the dance. They swooped the world with things never seen before, including myself. And when I say the things that I'm saying, do not ever think that for one moment that when I was in that crew, that I was still not in that crew. Like, damn, like I can't believe I'm like, these are my crew members. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm like, I'm around the best in the earth that are changing the way that the world breaks. And they did for so long.
Well, don't say they. Yeah, did. Yeah, I did,
I
brother.
don't give myself credit for none of that shit, man. What I will give
But it is, you have to, brother. Like, I don't know why you're so hard on yourself with that. Yo, take that compliment, be like, yeah, you're right. Because yo, I'm gonna tell you straight up, a lot of people were watching Ground Zero, and this shit started in New York, and I'm from New York, and I could tell you how the brothers were talking. And not that it means anything in reality, but my perspective of watching the Miami Cats, Flipside King, Street Master. First cat that I met was Tro, same way you did. I met Tro in New York, 1994, Zulu Nation anniversary. I remember seeing him, Speedy Legs and Marlon Style. I met them and I'm like, yo, y'all from Miami? Because I got family in Kendall. So I was like, yo, that's dope. Then I saw them at the Boardwalk. That's the first crew in Miami. But then I saw Ground Zero, Flipside, and all these crews. I was like, holy shit. When I saw Ground Zero, I was like, this is a weird crew. Like, this is completely different than whatever I seen. But out of all of them, the one that stood out, not because I'm interviewing you, it was you. Because you had something that New Yorkers had, which had dancing, footwork, but they had something completely different that I couldn't understand. In fact, I didn't even like it. I was like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, this is weird. Like, you could do that in breaking until Bebe. It's crazy because my cousins went to school with Bebe at Sunset. So they told them that I got a cousin in New York. Bebe flew to New York. And guess what? I meet up with him for Rocksteady anniversary. Yo, what's up? My family's from Miami. So I'm chilling with Bebe. And he smokes everyone, bro, with that style. And I was like, holy shit, this could be done with this style. It was amazing. But out of everyone in the crew, I was always looking at you because you had that fucking dance, like something that I've always loved, that dance. Because in the beginning, it's a dance. You said it, Olympics. At the end of the day, is a dance. And I want to show you something that I witnessed with my own eyes that I was like, holy shit, these guys came in like a tsunami, bro. Like this right here. Remember this? Remember this?
Survivor of the Illest.
Survivor of the Illest. You guys were battling Lords of Illusion, LOI, and I believe there were also, I forgot who else was there. Oh, Nightcrawlers. It was Nightcrawlers and LOI. And yo, when you, like, I remember you guys coming in, bro.
Yeah, I still had my Ground Zeros. I didn't like the way I was breaking it these times at all.
Really? Why not?
Didn't like it, bro. I didn't think
was that the point? Was that the time that you were mentioning that you were trying to like kind of like break like the style of the brothers?
I guess you could say it's not that I was trying to, is that in order to battle like that, you have to do that. You have to do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of style. Like
not that continuous, meaning boom, and then you wait, and then boom, and then you wait.
I just think it was a more like it was a more blow up oriented crew than anything. And I was trying to find blow ups and trying to figure out my body and trying to see how I could fit my perspective into that style. And it was very apparent that that was a stepping stone style to only get to where I was going to get to, which was the year.
Here you go.
I remember this.
But you're dancing. That's the thing.
I will smoke myself, right? That's so whack.
Really? So right now, like if you would battle that Tails, you think he'll give you a run for your money right now?
I'll tell you what, I will push him to do I would push him to do a lot more different things, because this guy right here was just thinking things like basic. What
about this guy? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, because this is where this is different.
No, Bo, you were saying something. You said around that time you were pushing what?
I don't remember. Now you put the phone in my mind way out. See, this is different now.
Okay, why? Because that's actually my jam, Rep for Respect, 2008, and that shit was fucking epic, bro.
One of my favorite rounds is in this battle.
What one of your favorite rounds. This is better. Let's forward that shit to
Or
where you
is
at.
it in this jam, in your jam?
Yes.
That's
I remember this shit. Rep for respect. Oh, that's it. Boom. You gotta come in. You guys are still using the formula from back in the days here, right?
Yeah.
Same formula. Oh, damn.
Watch this, warriors. All right, watch. Bing, split, bing, boom, sub, wing, split. Oh man, this is a different combo, but it's still not bad.
But still, that shit is freaking legit. So now,
see,
now will you smoke that? Will you smoke that Tails one at that time?
This
like
guy
right now, that Tails one. Will you take him out?
Probably not. I mean, it's just that this Tails right here has power, like with ease still. And right now, I'm not really fucking with power that much. To the point that I was when I was there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where it's like up and down and low power, flare 90 has been flare 90 has been flare. You know, maybe a throwaway air flare to a windmill, elbow air tracks. Like I can still do most of the stuff, but this guy had that shit down packed and style. So
ooh, look at that.
No way, bro.
You just got him in the neck, bro.
Yeah, no. See, look, it's just you can see already the difference from the survival of the illest from this to then.
Yeah, for sure. You're 1000% correct about that shit. Like your style, I'm forwarding it to see where there's a part that you come out that you like freaking. Yeah, look at you. Even the steez of you beginning. That shit is boom. Oh shit. Yo, when I first saw that shit, I was like, what the fuck is he doing right here?
So many people put that from me, dog. It's ridiculous, bro. Ew.
Still, bro. But still, man. Like, you're talking about, but wait, you can't judge this battle. You know why? This is the fucking final battle. You guys smoked everybody in the whole battle. Till this day, people think it was a setup. Yo, people, other crews, they're like, yo, they're your boys. You brought them out. I'm like, nah, man. They fucking earned that shit. You guys really came in and let me see.
It's my shoulder. It's my shoulder shit. I want to see it. I haven't seen it.
Which one? What the tip
shoulder? I do halos off my shoulder.
Is it this one? Oh,
right there.
That's it. Yep. It's about to come after this.
Oh, baby, what happened?
Right after him. I think it's after somebody comes out, then you come out. You come after whoever comes out. Who's gonna come out now? Oh shit, y'all doing a commando still?
He's looking back. He wanted to, but he didn't.
There you go. That's you. Ooh, gain a full. Shit. Fuck, bro.
This right here. Who's yo? Nobody has seen that shit right there, boy. I don't think anybody has ever.
Yo, that's Vicious Vic, bro. That's crazy. Let me rewind that shit because that shit was fucking fresh.
That's one of my favorite rounds.
Let's go back. Let's go back from the beginning. There you go. Yo, you come in with this flawless gainer full. Shit, damn.
I see. I want my guy back like that. I want that. I just want that energy. I want that energy.
So now this is a question. Will he smoke you now?
That round would, yeah, for sure.
That guy right there calls you out right now.
He would beat me at what he's got. I would beat him at what I don't even know I'm gonna do yet.
So now you remember earlier you were mentioning that back then you will look at someone, which is so dope what you said, when you said the scene will be 10 times better if the people will actually focus on another b-boy to battle than to get the medal, the money, and whatever, the fame, whatever. Like so now in that sense, can you do that now to try to battle old Tails one?
I mean, yeah, I could do that, but I mean, honestly, I'm doing that right now in real life, not for myself. I mean, like every day we're in a battle with ourselves, and we're
Yeah,
trying to,
for sure, for sure. But
defeat
I'm
our.
saying in the dance, in the b-boy aspect, I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, bro, of course. Like I used to tell Lego all the time, I was like, yo, my last name is gonna be called Illumination. Illumination. And it's gonna be like, because it went from like, I change my names all the time.
It's all
So it's like
good.
Illumination, and Illumination was gonna be like a fuse. It was gonna be a Matrix agent fused with a Neo in one. And I wanted it to be like sets, like breakdancer sets, but with like this like crazy essence style fused together, which some people do that, but I wanted to do it in a way that was like super, super high level. And I'm realizing now that the only way that I can do something at that level is to just not, I guess you could say, is to just be. It's just to be and go instead of to premeditate.
So you're ready, like react right away. Like there's no thinking, it's just natural, organic.
Yeah, it's just pure movement. Pure movement. Of course, there's going to be familiarity within the body, so I'm going to go to moves that I know that I have in parts of it. But the process, the entry, the exit, the storyline, and the in between is all going to be like, it's going to just be like I want it to be just created right then and there on the spot. I want to hit like leg locks and like I have these ideas in my heads of these shapes that my body can move and ways that I can maneuver, that I just need a month to get in that focus again to be able to get there. But I mean, if I were to battle my past self with that concept today, now, I would beat my old self because my old self wouldn't know how to do what I'm doing yet.
So now so you're saying, what you're saying is right now, this is gonna be a Rebirth 2.0?
In essence, what there's going to be is,
AKA the Illuminated.
I don't want to be that. I don't want to say that because I know how people are. Okay, this is another thing too, really quick before I forget. I just want to, what I do want to create for people, if I were to be able to create for people on the biggest platforms across the world, what I would do is to take myself as close to the essence as possible. So that way I would be able to share that with people that need that want that care about that are looking to find that, because it's rare, and it would be to inspire anybody in the dance, no matter which way they get inspired, but mostly to inspire them to tap into their inner self in a way deeper than doing things for outcome. And that's what I would want to give. If I could give anything, if I could do anything, it would be that. It would be to give you an outcome-less craft. Because at that point, it's just essence. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. It doesn't matter whether they like you or they don't. It doesn't matter whether or not, they'll ever see it again or not. Maybe they'll never see it. Maybe I do a round I'll never be able to do again. I don't know. But the point is that it was able to be given to those people that needed it at that time. And I'm a firm believer that, when what is that saying? When the student is ready, the master will show himself.
Yep. So now, have you ever thought of writing a book, brother?
No, I just don't have. I'm lazy, bro. You know what it is that I've put myself in a place where I guess I don't want to say that I don't like people. What I do want to say is that if I had to be around people and like people, I want to play a role. I want to play a part. And that's where Miami Villain comes from, right? And he allows me to be in front of people. That character allows me to be around people, because other than that, bro, I'm a real estate agent. I'm not doing bad. I don't have to break. Like I could do so many other things in life that I don't even have to think about this thing ever again, but I do, and I'm here and I want to. And what was the question again? What was the question? Because you asked me a question I really wanted to answer, but
shit, you made me forget it because I was so into what you were saying.
So many different things right now. You have no idea.
No, but oh no, I said, have you ever thought of writing a book? And you say you're lazy because you know, like for example, Alien S, he has Art of the Battle, and that's just sold like in seconds, and he has the Art of the Battle. You got fucking the formula, brother.
He's Alien S.
Do you understand that you have the formula? Like if I had the formula of teaching people how to battle, I'll teach them that shit. And you think people don't want to know that? Like I think you write a book of the art of the formula of battling. I don't know. So whatever you the Miami villain's mind. I don't know, whatever the hell you want to call it. The whole point is we in the future, 50 years from now, we're not gonna exist anymore. And you gotta leave that shit somehow, some type of thing, which moves me on to taking you back to when you were a kid again. Like, what would you ask yourself if you could go back to being a kid again? What would you tell yourself? Let's say that 10-year-old kid meets that Miami villain right now. You go to the time machine, show up, you talk to that kid, and you're like, yo, I'm you in the future. What would you tell him?
If I could tell my 10-year-old self something from now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What would I say to
that might change his life, or just something. It could be an advice, or you don't have to say shit. You could be like, "Yeah, just."
I think I would say. It's not that it's not possible for you to do it by yourself, because you can, but it's easier to do it with people. That's one thing I would say to my younger self, because I don't like people. And then a second thing I would say is that what you think sometimes is important really isn't. So keep it moving. You feel me? It's just a little consejo that
one more to him. little Jakey standing there waiting for you to talk to him and shit.
I would say don't worry about the love of a woman. Worry more about loving yourself and your family. I guess something like that. Something along the lines.
I like that. You wouldn't tell him buy Bitcoin?
I'm like, I'm pointing at you over here. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I just think that my life would have been way easier, bro, if I'd have done just a couple things different. Like if I would have never dated this one girl in maybe 05-ish to 07, around that time, I probably would have never took a break from breaking. Ever. I had to take a break from breaking.
Do you know that the giants, the greatest of all time, have fallen because of a woman?
Oh, listen, I did it twice.
Alexander the Great. I could mention like 10 of like amazing people that they all fell because of a woman. Empires have fallen because of a woman.
That would be my advice, bro. Keep.
And I don't hate women because I'm married to one. But I'm just saying.
I love women. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am just trying to say is how about this?
Like love yourself more than when you love her.
Well, that too. But this more than anything, if you didn't grow up with a father and a mother together, and you didn't have a firsthand positive experience of how a man is supposed to treat a woman, how a man is supposed to be around a woman, and mainly what a manly role is as a man in life, then I think that dating is going to be very difficult for you because you're trying to figure it out on your own, right?
And it might take years, it might be too late, or it might
And it
be
might never work, and it might put you in jail, and it might fucking fuck up your whole life.
yeah, because you're trying to figure it out.
So I mean, so if you're one of those b-boys out there, men, especially men, b-boys and young b-boys that haven't had father and mother and don't know how an actual relationship looks like in real life, don't focus on that. Let yourself get older, you know, focus in your craft, become a master at your craft, try to situate yourself, you know, solidified financially and with solid ground, and
Become a high value man.
Become a high value man. See, I know that this whole thing is floating around the internet, but it's like all of us men are really dealing with these kind of things. And it's like, here I am.
But it's not floating on the internet. It's floating in real life, brother.
In real life.
That shit is, the internet is just an extension of life. That's just what it is. But the reality of it, there's a lot of homes, a lot of families that dad's not there. And these kids become gangsters and triple OGs and all this crazy shit. And you're not going to have that positive role model. You're not going to have that. Like, you know, you have the struggle until you figure it out yourself.
I had a great life, though. I'm not by any means necessarily saying that I didn't have a great life. I had a great life. What I am just saying is this. I think it would have been way easier to be able to navigate in life, just knowing certain things that were important instead of always having to figure them out. You know what I'm saying? That was something that was a major difference between the crew and myself when I was younger. You know, they had their father there, they had their mother there. Even though they were separated, their mother and father were still always talking to each other together, showing family love, like doing things with the family. Like they had that family support from mom and dad. Like, you know, so it was a difference for me to also, you know, it's peculiar that we're talking about this because, you know, in all honesty, I used moments of Bebe's dad as if he were my father. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
beautiful.
Because I had to take that advice from somebody that knew something that I didn't know from a different age that was an actual father of people that I'm hanging out with. And he seemed like a cool guy. He was a great guy. So I learned a lot from him. And things that he taught Bebe, I learned because I got to see him teach Bebe them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I learned
beautiful.
Absolutely. But those would be the things that I would say to my younger self, if I could say anything. Yeah.
So now in 2023, what is something seem to misunderstand about you? People in general that you think.
They don't misunderstand it. They know it. I'm a dick. I'm a fucking dickhead. You know,
But that's the thing. I don't think you are a dick, bro. That's the thing. I really chew deeply inside because I'm telling you, I read brothers. You're not. You know that shit is not. There's a teddy bear inside there, bro.
it is, but it's really about, okay, so like the positive sides of myself are going to be unconditional love. 100%. I'm going to give you my arm, my leg, my head. I'm going first. If the bullets are flying, I'm going first. I'm going to get hit up before y'all get hit. Go, make sure you make it. That's who I am in terms of when it comes to real loyalty and real, you know, genuine being like genuine. I don't know how to say it. I'm trying to say that, but if I were to be really genuine, I'm clutch 1 million, right? And I can't give that to everybody because I've given that to friends that apparently, you know, took advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? And they really made me realize something very clear that I can't just give that to everybody. So what I do to just make sure 100% that those take advantage kind of people and those people that are not genuine understand the message very clearly is I just say what I want to say. I say it with my eyebrows fucking up, and I'm a fucking dick if that's what you think. If you think I'm a dick because I say what I want to say, you know what I'm saying? And I do that really just to make sure that I'm dealing with genuine people, that I'm dealing with people that are going to be cool and vibe on my level. That if I did open up and give that true essence of like, yo, man, I would jump in front of a bullet for you kind of energy, that they deserve it, right? And you know, it's not a misunderstanding. These people see it very clearly. That I'm going to be that way,
and that's why I say I don't believe that, because you can say all that shit you want, then I'm gonna be like, all right, Tails, that's fine. You said that. Okay, behind that, tell me who you are. Like, I see it like that.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. But I'm really, that's what I'm explaining. And honestly, I'm saying like behind, or let me rephrase it then. So to answer your question, behind that, I am a loyal, ride or die kind of individual. I'm a best friend. I'm an awesome person that can definitely be very beneficial to anybody in anybody's life if they were to, I guess, have the opportunity to come across me in that light, right?
And I think I know what it is. And my bad that I interrupt you. I think I know what it is. A lot of people now do not spend more time in getting to know a brother and having more patience to let shit. You could, like, for example, like right now, you saying, yo, I'm a dick. I'd be like, oh, where you say that? Okay, cool. So let's get to the bottom of that. I'm gonna keep digging. People don't dig anymore. People don't dig until they get to the source, and then you're like, damn, bro, you're like a freaking awesome person. Like, it's kind of like a shield. I think it's just a shield to keep certain people away.
It could be a shield to keep people away. It could, like, a defense mechanism. I understand that. But in all honesty, bro, like, I'm fucking
like, will you hang out with yourself? Will you hang out with yourself?
I hang out. I hang out with myself.
That's what I'm saying. So if there's another Tails one,
dinner, bro.
If there's another Jacob, yo, I introduce you
to him like that,
and you know he's exactly like you.
Nah,
you hang out with him.
I would be so mad at that guy.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah, oh yeah. Because I would. It's like, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you talking to me like that? Yo, bro, because you fucking mad stupid, bro. You gotta think logically. Stop with this emotional bullshit. Okay, let's go ahead and go over there. Like, no, in all honesty, though,
they call that shit wokeism. When you do everything with feelings, not with logic.
I'm not all in that whole emotional shit. That's just the problem, though.
No, I know you're not. That's what I'm saying. I know you're not.
That's why I say that I guess you could say I would be hard. It would be harder for me to get along with myself because I'm so direct that I know that eventually even I myself would get upset at myself.
You fight. You end up beefing with each other.
I'll punch them up in his mouth. Certainly.
So now moving on. If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be? Let's say 60 years from now, we're no longer here. What would you like to be remembered for? People are talking about you. Yo, man, Jacob Negron, oh, shit, who? Tails 1, Rebirth, Miami Villain, Rebirth 2.0. You know who he is.
What would I? I mean, right now, if I had to answer it like right now off the top, I would just say, like, passing down the baton through bloodlines. So if somebody were to be talking about me, I would want them to be talking about me because my nephew had a kid that left him the knowledge, and then that his nephew left him the knowledge, and I would want them to be talking about our lineage.
So it sounds like a father figure.
Our bloodline.
Yeah, the bloodline of a father figure. Because you're passing it down, and it starts from the father, and then it goes to the son, and then the son to the grandson, and it keeps it moving.
Yeah. So if you remember, for one thing, I would want it to be my bloodline legacy.
Bloodline legacy. I like that. I like that.
I would love for all of us to have it in our DNA forever, like the craft or just our greatness or whatever it is that we do.
So dope. So my brother, you have ended all the way to the end of the show, brother. I want to congratulate you. This is so dope. I want to do a part 2 when Rebirth 2.0 is out there, because I know you're going to be doing some crazy shit. Keep inspiring people. Keep freaking talking that shit, because I know you could back it up. That's the problem. Mad people talk shit. Do they back it up? You're one of those brothers that do. So I hope you continue and have that energy and inspiration. Bro, at the end of the day, bro, we living in the matrix. Yeah, either you come out of it, you still in it, you know how to play with it, you know how to tap into it, you know how to manipulate it. It's all on you, brother. But I appreciate you for you just being you. And whether you think you're an asshole, a dick, or whatever it is, I still see you as you, because I know who you are, brother. You might feel that I don't, but I do know. Because at the end of the day, I'm that type of person that I know how to read people in seconds. And you've always given me love, brother. And I've always given you love. And we've never had anything crazy, right? Or am I wrong?
Nah, for sure. Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So I want you to let everyone know what you up to these days. Where can people find you online? Book you for judging gigs, teaching. Yo, you never know. Connect with you. I'm going to give you your own screen. Let the world know what's up.
So what's up, everybody, ladies and gentlemen of the Earth planets? This is the B-boy, Rebeezy, coming from Miami, Florida, the Miami villain. Hated, but loved. Listen, if you want to follow me, go ahead and get on this Instagram thing. You can search Miami_villain, and you can just hit me up there. I don't really have much clips. You know, to be really honest with you, I kind of don't like social media. I don't really even want to be there. I don't even really want to put my clips on there. I don't want to sell real estate on there. I don't want to do any of that. But I got to be connected some way, somehow. People got to see stuff. So, and I got to know what's going on. So the reason why I say this, you're not going to find videos of me up there. Not that many anyways. But you can find me there at Miami_villain.
But what if they want to buy a house?
I mean, at the Jacob Negron brand, they could check that out on Instagram at the Jacob Negron brand. You could pop in there, take a look, see whatever it is that we can do together. That'll be kind of cool. Where else? Let me see. What else? That's pretty much.
What are you up to these days? Like, besides breaking, training, any shout outs? Like,
my main focus is in fix and flip investment properties for real estate. That's really, and also working with partnership renovation budget deals, which that means that, like, if you have like $50,000 or $100,000, you want to work with me, I'll take your $100,000 from you, and then I'll go ahead and put it in an investment property. We'll do the flip. We take care of everything, manage the entire project, sell it. And then when we sell it, we give you your 100,000 back plus a 10, 15, or 20% profitability on the 100 that you borrowed. So that's a real focus of mine. I'm making my own brokerage. This August, I'm going to be doing my broker's license. So that's something new coming out, which I'm going to be developing a flat fee service down here in Miami, Florida. There's a couple already. I don't care. I'm not afraid of competition. So I'm going to be creating a flat fee service as a brokerage. And what else? What else did you ask me?
And any shout outs to anyone out there?
Shout outs to my nephew, Alan Too Wavy, to the Bloodline. That's going to be our crew, the Bloodline.
Okay.
And then who else? Shout outs to you, of course, Flash.
Okay. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Shout outs to Zenek. Shout outs to Zeno. Shout outs to Lego. Shout outs to Super Mario from Illmatic Flow. That's what they used to be called. iFlow. I completely forgot.
Oh shit, that's right.
Illmatic, because it was Illmatic. What was Lady One's crew called? Illmatic.
Yeah, wasn't it?
I forget. Because they joined with
Two Step and Step 2 and
yes, and his brother, the
other cat,
Kiddo,
but there's one more. Yeah. The other guy.
Ajax.
There you go.
And then Lady
Wow.
One. Yeah, so Illmatic Flow. Anyway, shout out to them.
That's the part of doing part 2, brother, because there's so many things. And I always encourage, please, let's do a part 2, more footage, more things, because this is a lot of footage, man. Like, yo, we'll be here for 48 hours or even longer. You just showed me like a box of like 30,000 freaking mini DVs, bro. Like, that shit is crazy. Like, I mean, imagine how long is it going to take you to convert that shit?
Oh, fuck. There's a spot not too far that does it, but they're like $500 to do the whole box. The only thing is if I could be honest,
they keep
I don't know what's on some of those tapes.
That's what I'm saying. They'll keep that shit.
Well, it could be incriminating. It could go up on some kind of website.
You'll be the next, what is it, Ray J and Kim Kardashian.
Woo!
Yes, brother. But yo, the reason why I do this show is to give you my flowers now, brother. You've been one of those dudes that I've been seeing forever, that I've always thought you were so dope. You still nasty to me. It's crazy because even in 2023, I go to freaking Museum of Arts in Miami and I see you doing what you do best, fucking calling someone out. I was like, yes. And then you just leading, you passing the torch down to your nephew and you're with him battling. It's not like you're on the side talking shit. No, you're battling with the brother. So I want to give you my flowers, man. You're much appreciated from this side. I'm letting you know. And earlier when I was talking about dudes from New York and different places, trust me, they were watching you, brother. They were seeing, even in Orlando when I came out here, there were a lot of people that wanted your head. Because why? Why you think? Because you were whack? No, I don't think so. So yeah, man, I appreciate you, brother, man. You're so dope. Stay behind. Just want to shut it down right now. But ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of Flashback. That is Tails 1, a.k.a. Rebirth, a.k.a. Rebirth 2.0. That's my version and Miami Villain. Thank you for watching the show. I hope you guys learned some real shit from a real B-boy from Miami. But peace out, y'all. Stay behind, brother.